Every year, weather and natural disasters on our planet seem to get more and more severe. Of all the destructive storms throughout recorded history, many of the worst have occurred within just the last 20 years, setting a trend that scientists seem to believe will continue. From an enormous glacier collapsing into the frozen water below, to a monstrous volcanic eruption caught on camera from a nearby sailboat, here are 25 minutes of extreme natural disasters. In the Indian state of Telangana lies the city of Hyderabad. It is the largest city in the state and has a history that dates all the way back to 1591. The city has a tropical wet and dry climate, meaning they get a lot of rain each and every year. On April 20th, 2019, a powerful storm began forming in the area. Typically, their rainy season doesn't begin until June, but a storm like this isn't totally out of the ordinary. At first, the storm was no different than any other. Rain, wind, the normal things you'd expect. It didn't take long, however, for this to change, and for things to get much more severe. This is exactly when a group of people inside the Sudha Car Museum began filming the power of Mother Nature unfolding around them. Despite their severity, thunderstorms are one of the most underestimated weather phenomena in the world. At least, until they decide to unleash their fury on those people who prefer not to take them seriously. What many people forget is that they are also one of the natural disasters that produce more deaths on our planet, surpassing even tornadoes and hurricanes. From being electrocuted by lightning to being hit in the head with a large piece of hail. The possibilities are endless. Thankfully for the people in this video, this wasn't the case. Despite the severity of the storm, everybody survived uninjured. The country of Italy is home to many volcanoes, both active and inactive. The main ones that are currently active are Etna, Vesuvius, and Stromboli. Located in the Aeolian Islands, Stromboli has been basically constantly active for the last 2,000 to 5,000 years, with its second most recent eruption occurring back on July 3, 2019. On this day, a group of people were out sailing on a yacht when they managed to capture this incredible moment on film. The sky was bright blue, and a bit of smoke could be seen escaping from the volcano. But just as the camera zooms in, the volcano erupts, sending a dark cloud shooting into the sky.
Oh, look! Oh, look! Oh my God, did you see? Oh no, stay far away.
After this video was published online, it quickly grew in popularity given that it is one of only a few videos that show this unexpected eruption as it occurred in real time. Due to how remote the island is, this eruption thankfully did not threaten any cities or towns. But one hiker on the island did end up losing his life, and 6 more were injured. Nearly 2 months later, another eruption occurred, sending pyroclastic flows tumbling down the mountain. Since then, the volcano has remained mostly quiet. When you think of natural disasters or extreme weather, one of the first things that probably comes to mind are tornadoes. Tornadoes most commonly form in a select few states in America known as Tornado Alley. This area sees more tornadoes than anywhere else on Earth, but that doesn't mean other places don't get them. A man in Czech Republic was filming a storm that was happening in his town. Initially, he was outside in his shed waiting for the rain to stop. As the weather became more severe, he began filming, only to realize that he was looking at a powerful tornado right in front of him. This tornado would later be classified as the strongest ever documented in modern Czech history.
To ne! To ne! To ne! Já se na to vyseru! Ty chce brečet. Cože? No tak to je moc.
The tornado hit with little warning, and in a country that is not particularly known for them. It would soon be rated an F4, with wind gusts reaching as high as 260 miles per hour, or 418 kilometers per hour. In total, this rare and destructive storm did nearly $1 billion in damage and took the lives of 6 people. In the video, the tornado takes out a mobile network along with all nearby power, but thankfully does not head in the direction of the man filming. The island of Greenland is home to many unique and amazing places. It is here where you'll find the largest national park in the world, Northeast Greenland National Park, with a total area covering over 375,000 square miles, or 972,000 square kilometers. Given how far north the island is located, it should be no surprise to know that most of it is covered in ice and glaciers. One look at a map will tell you all you need to know. Because of the limited amount of land, most of the population lives on the southwest coast. Back in April of 2021, a group of people were exploring the Helheim Glacier near the southeastern coast. The glacier is located in a pretty remote area and one that is not easy to get to. Right before they begin filming, something happened and a rumble could be heard off in the distance. With little warning, a huge chunk of the glacier collapsed into the water in one of the most spectacular calvings ever caught on film. It's hard to grasp the sheer scale of the ice that is turning and rolling in the water, but its size could be comparable to a large building. Events like these aren't necessarily uncommon, but capturing it on film sure is. Given how 80% of the island is covered in ice, it should be no surprise that the lowest temperature ever recorded in the northern hemisphere was here, a bone-chilling -69 degrees Celsius or -93 degrees Fahrenheit. As our temperatures fluctuate, it's likely we will see much more of this ice continue to melt and break apart. Thankfully, we have videos like these to see what these moments are like for ourselves. On February 6, 2016, the State Meteorological Agency of Ireland began to notice some activity forming over the sea. What they were witnessing was soon named Storm Imogen. This wasn't a particularly bad storm, considering top wind speeds only reached 96 miles per hour, but it was still able to cause over $80 million in damages. Passengers on board an Irish ferry managed to capture what this storm was like on film. Unlike other ship and storm videos we've featured on this channel, this video shows what is happening inside the ship, and the results are more extreme than you might expect. With the high waves and powerful wind, the ship gets tossed around like a rag doll, with some passengers even seen falling and sliding along the ground. The effect a storm has on a ship is always more extreme when the ship is smaller. Had this been a large cruise liner, then things likely would have been slightly more stable. Thankfully, this ferry managed to sail through the storm and return back to port with everybody on board uninjured. Hurricanes are one of the most destructive natural disasters that occur on our planet. Thanks to their massive size, they have produced hundreds of billions of dollars in damage just over the last 5 years alone. Scientists predict that the power of hurricanes is going to continue to grow, meaning the devastation will likely get more severe. One of the most destructive elements of a hurricane is the wind. The intensity of the storm is mainly based on this, being rated from a 1 to a 5 on the Saffir-Simpson scale. This next video was shot in Cedar Rapids, Iowa on August 10, 2020. While it's not exactly a hurricane we're seeing, it's included because of the hurricane force winds, with gusts being measured as high as 142 miles or 230 kilometers per hour. If you look closely at the screen for a brief moment, you actually even see a deer that runs out of the woods, seemingly spooked by the storm and unsure where to go. What you just witnessed was actually a derecho, a long-lived and widespread straight-line windstorm that brings with it many severe thunderstorms. The one in this video was responsible for spawning over 25 tornadoes, 5 fatalities, and over $11 billion in damage. Thankfully, nobody in the video we showed you was injured. Hailstorms are an event that we have featured many times on this channel, and the power that they have cannot be understated. Able to come about with little notice, these falling balls of ice are comparable to rocks falling from the sky, able to cause severe injury, break glass, and cause endless amounts of damage to buildings and vehicles. More often than not, however, hailstorms aren't all that severe. It really depends on where you live. In areas such as the Midwestern United States, the storms are often more severe than somewhere such as the Northeast, where events such as tornadoes seldom occur. That's what makes this freak storm in Germany all the more interesting. The video was shot in the Marienberg Mountains back in 2013 and captures a hailstorm that comes with little warning and produces golf ball-sized hail. After the initial burst of large stones, the size begins to shrink, but the quantity increases. Soon, yards and driveways are covered in ice, and the street has turned into a river of it. The video abruptly ends while the storm is still ongoing, and there doesn't seem to be any more information online as to how much longer this went on for. This video is a great example of how quickly weather can turn severe. and thankfully, there weren't any injuries. With each passing year, severe weather seems to get worse and worse. Wildfires, tornadoes, hurricanes, and more all impact our planet, and it's likely that we will see many more moments like these being caught on film. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more just like it, be sure to click the link on screen now. With that, thanks for watching, and be sure to tune in next time.